Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm the Feline Techie, and today we're going to be talking more about the PlayStation Vita. Now, in the last video, I explained that it was kind of just a console that Sony didn't really want anything to do with.
Hey, Mr. Feline I want to say that the PSP is better console than the PS Vita. Now, yes, the PSP in itself was released in the same year as the Nintendo DS, but it was nowhere close to being even a Nintendo DS competitor because, well, a couple of things that really just made this different as a portable console, which, I mean, released in 2004 and sold up to 82 million copies. There's a couple of reasons why, and it's also including these little discs, which I will get to in a second. But the PSP in itself was not only a gaming device which could do PS2 graphics, but also an entire media machine. Like, it was not only being this entire gaming device, but it was also able to play movies, which were also involved on these little discs, which we call the Universal Media Disc. When you come down to actually thinking about the DS and the cartridges that were involved with the DS, I mean, they were only able to hold 512 megabytes, which isn't bad, but if you think about the UMDs, which, I mean, the UMDs actually could hold 1.8 gigabytes, which in its time was actually really good. I mean, this was able to go up to PS2 graphics, which, I mean, I want to say that this feels like the PS1 all over again. Like, it feels like the PS1 jumped to going to 3D, even with Nintendo slamming the PS1 to the ground, which, I mean, Sony got back up and able to make that console. But this was also, like, the UMDs were also really good at doing movies and TV shows. I mean, like, Sony almost got every single movie company involved with getting movies on UMD from 2005 up to 2008. There were still some releases up to the year of 2011, including Harry Potter, the entire box set of Harry Potter. It wasn't just like this was trying to be like a gaming device in itself. I mean, this was basically an entire media machine. I'm just trying to be an iPod, but just way more beefed up. Like, it had a bigger screen, it played physical disc and a cartridge. It was able to do a lot more when it comes down to, like, just against the DS, which, yes, the DS had the Game Boy Advance slot, which you could technically play GBA video, which looked awful if you actually tried watching Shrek 1 on it. This, on the other hand, just looked really, really good. Like, you could play full-blown videos, even download on the actual console. I mean, UMDs looked amazing on it, but it was the main thing that was spinning up the disc and everything. But it was just a big thing where, like, this was literally a better thing than the DS. Like, it was able to play movies, music, TV shows, view pictures through the memory sticks, which actually, like, some cameras from Sony actually supported at the time. I mean, there was cameras from, like, 2005 to 2009 from Sony that literally took memory stick duo, which this could actually view, and you can even export them to your computer through the PSP, which made things better with it. I mean, you could view pictures, play games, which were basically up to PS2 graphics. It just had a lot going for it against the DS. And I mean, it helps that, like, this was like $250 for its price. At the time, it was actually great. It was actually a really good thing. It was slightly cheaper than the iPod, which actually made it better because, I mean, you could literally get the memory stick and this device and just enjoy music videos so much on it. But even though the PSP in itself actually had all of its advantages lined up with the videos and the movies and just PS2 graphics on the go, the DS overtook this. I mean, Nintendo basically strategized. They took their strategy of basically the marketing and the pricing, dropped their price by $100, and then also just the marketing. I mean, this had all of its advantages. It had all of the advantages to prove up against Nintendo, but it didn't do it, which is unfortunate because, yes, this sold up 82 million units, but it still wasn't enough. I mean, Nintendo still beat them, which is the unfortunate part, which was, I mean, like, this should have just done it. It had a bigger screen, better controls. It had the UMDs with the movies, TV shows, music. You were able to go in and download content onto this, browse the internet. You had a lot to go with. And, I mean, it just sucks that this didn't win. I mean, hopefully the next console does it. Now, between the PS Vita and up to present day, I mean, the PS Vita just didn't really do what Sony was hoping it was gonna do. In fact, it actually fell flat
Oh man, I really wonder what he was trying to say. Oh, it's a shame we couldn't hear it. Now, let's talk about the PS Vita, shall we? Maybe he is right. Maybe it didn't do nearly as well as the PlayStation Portable. However, the Vita did have a lot of potential. There's still a lot of people that mod these things and make it way more usable than Sony literally ever intended it to be. And not only can you watch videos and movies on the PSP, you can also watch videos and movies on this too. This literally had the PlayStation Store built in. You could download apps, download TV shows, movies, whatever you wanted on here. You could download it without buying a separate disc, which, although was probably not what you want to do, people want to have physical items, and I don't blame them, but if you want an easy access shop, the PlayStation Store was the one to go to. Now it's also worth noting that the PS Vita had a touchscreen and 2 thumbsticks as opposed to only 1 on the PSP. And if you were to drop your PS Vita, the disc wouldn't fly out and possibly break. Instead, it's with a cartridge slot, so if you were to drop it, it most likely will still be in place because it would have a little flap. Mine broke off. Now yes, this console also did have a separate memory card that you had to use. Now instead of using a proprietary connector that Sony likes to use, they actually used a micro USB connector for the later models of the Vita. So you didn't need to go out and try to find one of these chargers, because chances are your smartphone already had that same connector. Another thing the Vita had over the PSP was that because there was no UMD drive, there was this cool little touchpad on the back, even though like no game utilized it besides like 2. It was a cool feature. I thought it was kind of neat. The PS Vita also had cameras, and no, they are not very high quality, but who cares if the camera's great? It's a gaming console, not a professional camera. It's not like Sony's an actual camera company or anything. And although the Vita didn't last nearly as long as the PSP, there was still quite a few iterations of it. Well, 2. There was an OLED model, which had a weird style charger, and then there was this one, with micro USB and an LCD screen. The Vita came in a lot of different colors, much like the PSP, and honestly, they look pretty gorgeous. Now let me plug it in, and we're gonna see more stuff about this console when it turns on. Okay, so we have the PS Vita charged up, it's ready to go. I need to turn the brightness down a little bit. So you can see here we have a whole bunch of stuff on here. We have email, videos, calendar, music, content manager, photos, near, settings, PlayStation 3, remote play, welcome park, PlayStation Store, the web browser, trophies, friends, messages, party, parental controls, and PS4 link. This has way more online features than the PlayStation Portable. I can't really load the PlayStation Store because the Vita is connected to my old PSN account that I do not have access to, so unfortunately I can't really do anything about that. But you can see just from the homepage you have apps and demos and classics and themes. You can make the background whatever you want. You can change not only the color of the background, but you can make it literally any picture that you have on here. In fact, speaking of pictures, let's go ahead and take some. This application uses location data. Sure, John Sony, have my location. Wow, this camera looks atrocious. Oh, that did not make it any better by wiping it. Alright. Before I make a video, I have to make sure that disable microphone is off so that I don't have a silent video. Hey guys, this is a video on the PlayStation Vita. Beautiful 4:3 aspect ratio. You can't see, but there's an iPhone 7 recording this video right now. There's a Discord call going on. We're testing a Minecraft server. Yeah, I have my camera on display right here so I can see if I put an object right there. Yeah, see, it's right there, but I can see it on the screen. Okay, this is another test of the back camera. Here's my cat, the window. Ooh, the quality sucks. It could be because it's really used. This console's very used, but who knows. My computer blue screen didn't shut off, so I no longer have that front view camera. This is the test of the front facing camera. Actually, I think this camera is a little bit better than the back camera. Says a lot because usually the back camera would be better. I'm looking at the screen, not the actual camera, because the camera's all the way on the right side of the console for some reason. But yeah, this has a lot more customization and a lot more online features than the PlayStation Portable. In terms of it being stock, I know you can mod these things to probably customize them a lot more as well as the PSP, but stock-wise, I think you can customize these a lot. Alright, let's just try to go to the browser. Wow, look at that, it can load Google, but can it load YouTube? Huh, the answer is actually, yeah, it can. Okay, well in that case, we shall watch something. Of course, we have to go with the Australian himself. Oh, look how big the name is, oh god. Let's watch $50 gaming computer.
It got me bargain hunting and I went searching and I found for 50 US bucks this Dell Precision T1700.
Wow, it plays YouTube, can you believe that? Of course it's through the website because I can't watch it any other way. I forgot the Vita had menu music. Nah, shut up. But I mean, that's about it. I mean, you can do a lot of stuff on this thing. You could chat with your friends, you could go to parties, you could connect headphones to it, chat with your friends. This console could have been so much better if Sony actually cared about it. I mean, come on, man. This only sold 15 to 16 million units. This was pretty much a commercial failure of a console. It is literally the iPhone 5C of the PlayStation handhelds. The PSP? It's like the iPhone 6, man. And that's all I have to say, so thank you all for watching this video. Shout out to Xbox126 for collaborating with me on this video. If you have enjoyed and you want to see more videos like this, make sure to leave a like, even subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next one.